Welcome to our new podcast. This is Talkin Parks, and I am Michael Linn White. We wanted to do this podcast to showcase all of the great things that we have in our park system. And our plan is to talk to all of the people across the city that make all of our parks and recreation events work. And here to talk to us about everything is the man behind it all, Executive Director of Parks and Rec, Mr. Nate Williams. Nate, thank you for being here.
Thank you. I'm really excited. This is awesome.
I'm excited too, and we're going to tell everyone all about all the fun park stuff. So let's start out by our city's growing like crazy. There's so much going on in our Parks and Rec. Has it always been like this? Let's talk about some of the changes.
Yeah. We're fortunate in Murfreesboro. You know, there's been decades of really a forefront of parks and recreation being really important in Murfreesboro. It really started out in the 40s, our department did. But in the 70s, 60s and 70s, it really took off with Mr. Ray Duffy and Dennis Rainier, who were the directors, and really launched us into kind of where we, took off from there and are going now. We're really excited. There are a lot of big parks built back then. You know, in the 70s, you had Old Fort Park that came online, and that was something that was huge and unique. Now it's one of our capstone parks, and we're doing a lot of renovation projects out there. And we've been blessed with many parts of our administration who believe in parks and recreation and, fund it in a great way, in a unique way.
Well, let's talk about that before we get into some of the new projects, about the people that enjoy the parks or that have children know how important a great park system is to our community. So talk a little bit about that for people who might not realize just what an impact it has for us.
You know, it has a local impact. It's a great place to live, work, and play when you can, get outside. One thing that I really like is that we have a focus on purchasing property and acquiring property just to preserve, that we don't develop, just to make sure Murfreesboro has, green spaces for generations to come. Mm-hmm. We have large, wilderness areas. We've got a lot of unique things that other municipalities don't get to have. So right now we've got 19 miles of greenway, and we're still always growing that. It's one of our most popular things. But, I think we try to have as much as we can for everybody. We want as many different passion areas that we can apply because, we have a fundamental belief that a life with passion is a life with purpose. So we want to apply so many passion areas within the park systems that people can get in, get healthy, clear their mind, and engage really in a unique way.
Let's talk about that. Some of the most popular things. I know one thing coming up soon is our skate park and pump track, but tell us a little bit about the upcoming parks projects.
Yeah, we were just talking about Old Fort Park, and that seems to be kind of a focus right now. Of course, we've got the Veterans Park project that we're looking at on Veterans Parkway. That is, we're under our construction design right now, so we've got about 6 more months of that. Then we'll have our bid documents. We'll be able to assess the cost and see if that's going to be doable the way it is, or if we might need to refine. Then we're also looking at another piece of property that the city owns on Highway 96 about potentially, we're doing some park elements there. So that's down the road, and that's some new destination parks. But right now, Old Fort Park seems to be something that's really hopping. We're done designing the original ball field out there. It's going to be a synthetic turf surface after renovation and improving that parking area with some stormwater improvements. We're also going to renovate the tennis courts, the original 8 tennis courts. So that's something that's been needed for a while. We're going to incorporate pickleball. We're going to add 6 pickleball courts with that because pickleball is a growing sport, and I think we can still expand the game of tennis and do all we want to do there and still incorporate pickleball. But something that's imminent, that's under construction, is the skate park. It's Murfreesboro's first skate park. It's our only skate park, and it's 12,000 square feet. It has a pump track, and it's something we've been really excited about. When we do community meetings, we got varying attendances, and this is one where we did 3 community meetings. We had it at Moab Bike Shop and had a lot of people come and give their input, and we're really excited about that, and should be opening in May.
I'm excited about that because for people who don't know what a pump track is, it's basically you can ride your bike on it.
Yeah, you can ride your bike, skateboard, scooter. It's kind of a flow track where you can go up and get a little bit of an angle on the turns and stuff like that. So
I have a question for you, Nate. Yeah. Am I going to look silly if I get out there on my pink beach cruiser and ride the pump track? Am I like bikes like that? Can you use it on there?
Well, I mean, I don't know exactly the type of bike that would be perfect. I don't know if that would be the best, but you could try.
Okay. So. Well, I'm trying to find places I can ride my bike.
I know my kids are really excited about that. They get to experience a lot of things in the park system, and that's something that's unique. And we're trying to warn everybody it's going to be really busy when we open, but that'll kind of, just like a new restaurant, will kind of level out over time.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm excited that so many people in the community are excited about it. So let's talk some more about some of the stories of Parks and Rec. I know a lot of people, we have things for people with disabilities and things like that. Tell us something fun or something unique about our parks or the people that use them.
Sure. You know, we have just the most diverse group of people you could ever imagine. We have a lot of passion areas that use our parks in different ways, whether it's structure athletics or if we have, you know, just somebody who likes to go hiking on one of our trails at Barfield Crescent Park. So we try to do our best to make those spaces as, you know, available as possible and as many as we can. But we have so many unique stories in what happens. You referenced the Miracle League that's coming up. I always tell people that's the best thing that we do twice a year, and we be able to work with people of all skill sets and all abilities, be able to expose them to sports. And I think what we're lucky with in Murfreesboro is we have people who are very, very successful in certain passion areas that they work in. So you got, like on the athletic side, we have Thomas Laird as one of our directors. His focus is on athletics, and then he has a couple of community centers that report to him as well. And then on the other side, you've got Rachel Singer, who's an assistant director, and she's got a couple of community centers under her as well. But her area is more the natural resources, outdoor recreation, outdoor education. So they come with just, you know, wide, diverse experience, but we're able to use that and make our park system better. But it's not just them. I think it's everybody comes with a unique background, and we have the best people. The team that we have at Parks and Recreation, I couldn't be more proud to work with them every day just because the work that they put in, the nights and hours that they put in on the weekends and the holidays. It's a great group of people.
They're always working hard because there's always something going on with Parks and Rec. So
yeah. I think that's why I'm excited about this podcast. You're going to be able to hear some of their stories and hear all of the things. You know, I'll be at church or somewhere in the community and we talk about St. Clair Senior Center, and they didn't realize that's part of the Parks and Recreation system. There's so much we have. You know, we've got 390 employees that work in our park system, and that's, you know, to maintain almost 2,000 acres of park property and everything that we have, it takes a lot, and we've got the best, most passionate people doing it.
We do. Let's back up and talk about this pickleball and tennis.
Yeah.
That is a big thing. We're taking some tennis courts and turning them into pickleball courts, and I know people get very passionate about it. So let's talk pickleball.
Yeah, passion's a good thing, right? So I'm glad whenever we have people who voice their opinion about something we do. You know, I'm thankful that we have parks and amenities that people are passionate about. You know, not all communities have facilities and places that people have a lot of passion for. So that's something that we're glad to have. You know, at Old Fort Park, we're taking those 6 courts. We're going to remove 2 of the tennis courts and make those 6 pickleball courts. We're just renovated the courts at Patterson Park Community Center, so had new surfacing, expanded the nets and stuff like that. So it's a growing sport. It's a lot of fun. A lot of people like it, and we're trying to do the best we can to keep up with it. And we're evaluating what type of hard surface play area might be best at the Veterans Park and looking at opportunities there.
Why do you think pickleball is so popular? It looks really fun, and I'd love to learn how to play, and I know that's something that our parks offers, our pickleball clinics.
You can have pickleball opportunities pretty much 7 days a week, indoor, outdoor. Now's a great time. We've got our McFadden outdoor courts that are done, so people are playing out there all day long. And the community that play pickleball, they want to teach the game too, so you can show up and they're glad to really pass on what they know. But it's a fun game. You know, it's kind of a mix between tennis and ping pong, and it's quick. It's very communal. You get to interact quite a bit while you're waiting to play and enjoy getting to know people and grow relationships. So it's a great game. I don't see it going anywhere.
It doesn't look like it because it's growing like crazy. Well, I'm not very good at ping pong and not that great at tennis. So maybe if I combine the two, I'll be awesome at pickleball.
I think you should. Yeah, absolutely. We'll teach you. How's that?
Great.
We'll give you a lesson on the house.
Yes.
Maybe that's our next
thank you.
episode.
Exactly.
Is that we teach Michael Linn how to do pickleball.
I think that sounds like a great idea. So speaking of pickleball and the different sports that we have, there's also all kinds of events. I don't know if I did not work for the city, if I would even know that some of these things are available to us. There's different workshops at the Wilderness Station and so many events I can't even keep track of.
There's something all the time. There's not a weekend that you have, you know, where you're looking for something to do. If you go to our website, murfreesboroparks.com, click on that calendar, you'll see something happening all the time. We host really, really big regional and national tournaments at Siegel, so there's stuff like that where we have, you know, thousands and thousands of people who are coming to Murfreesboro and eating at our restaurants and staying in our hotels. And then we've got smaller things, like you said, the Wilderness Station, where kids are learning about natural habitats and stuff like that, but everything in between, from senior dances to 4th of July, where we'll have 5,000 people all together to watch an awesome fireworks show. We do a lot of stuff, and we're really fortunate to be able to have the opportunity to do that kind of stuff.
Yes, we are. And I think that the reason we're able to do all of that is because we have so many great employees, and you have to have people to come up with these ideas at our Parks and Rec meeting. Every time there's someone coming up with some new program or some new idea that we're doing, which is great.
Yeah, our staff really push the limit as much as they can. They've taken on the mentality of really working hard and coming up with cutting edge stuff, and the work ethic that these people demonstrate really blows me away, and I'm proud, to be able to work with them. But it wouldn't happen unless we had the support of our administration in the city, and as well as the council. The council's always excited to see new projects. We've approved funding for certain projects, and we're really fortunate that we can really take those and not take that for granted. That's a lot of trust and responsibility that we have, and we try, to do the best we can to make those places as, clean and safe and fun as we can.
It's a lot going on with you over it all, Nate. That's a lot to keep track of. All the things, all the employees. So
it's a lot, but it's fun. Every day is different.
It's a tough job. Somebody's got to do it.
Well, it's a fun job.
Yes.
We get to do a lot of fun stuff, and it's been a great experience. I started with the city of Murfreesboro when I was 16, so I've been here for a long time. I started out in Parks and Recreation, so this has been my life, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
There you go, kids. Some of these kids that do part-time in the summers with lifeguards and things like that. You could be our next Nate.
Shoot to be better than Nate. But
right.
No, I started out as a lifeguard at SportsCom, and it's just been a crazy ride.
Yeah, okay. So what else, speaking of Old Fort Park, some of our most popular things, and the Greenway. I attended a public meeting, and someone moved here 2 years ago, and his favorite thing, and he was so impressed with our greenways. Yeah. And there's a lot of greenways, and they're very much utilized. So let's talk a little bit about the greenways and how people can enjoy them.
Our greenways, it's a robust system that we try to maintain as best as we can. And it's a huge system. And you go back to our greenway, it would never have happened unless it wasn't for, the work of people in the early 90s, like Congressman Bart Gordon, who worked to partner with federal dollars to make that happen, and still is an advocate for our greenway system. But one of the most unique things about the greenway, a lot of people during COVID, when a lot of things were closed inside, they couldn't go, they just started walking the greenway. And when we were able to come back after COVID, and fortunately, we were able to stay open pretty much throughout COVID. We were never forced to close. We had just a short period where we closed. But when we opened back up, we challenged our leadership team to expose the people who had just learned about the Greenway and what the opportunities were there to the whole park system. So we kind of really wanted to pull back the curtain and show them everything that we had to offer. And our park system throughout post-COVID has been more busy than it ever has. And I attribute that to a lot of people getting outside for the first time, maybe hiking at Barfield or just getting on the Greenway and saying, hey, this is pretty cool. We got some stuff to do. And then they see what we have at Patterson or SportsCom, or other places like that. So, yeah.
It's funny because certain people that have different interests do have something for everyone. People who love the Greenway and to bike out there, or if you love to go to and work out at Patterson Park, it's interesting, all of our facilities. Or if you have children playing ball at Siegel or those other facilities. So
I think what's unique with our system, if you go to any of our facilities, you'll see a sense of community. If you go to SportsCom, you're going to see a group of people that are there several times a week who, bonded and enjoy working out together. And the same thing can be said really about, everybody in our park system. And it's a fun thing to be able to put on and provide that opportunity for everybody.
Well, we talked a little bit about upcoming things, but tell us something that you are most excited about, an upcoming project, or that you've been hearing that, besides the skate park, other upcoming things.
The thing that's really taken a lot of my focus right now in development, and something that I'm really excited about because it's been such a long time coming, is Veterans Park. That's going to be off Veterans Parkway. It's 150 acres. It's a great opportunity for us to add another destination park. And that's a big park. It's unlike any other municipality around, but it's kind of an average-sized park in Murfreesboro. But you're going to be able to, if we are able to implement the whole design, we're going to have a trail system, we're going to have pavilions, we're going to have a destination playground that's really cool. We've been looking at what amenities are going to be with that playground. And then also it's going to include an event space. So people want to host really cool events in Murfreesboro, and out of all the space we have, we don't have a great place where we can say, here is a space that you can rent to put this whatever type of festival on. And I think there's a market for that in Murfreesboro, so we're going to incorporate an event space with it as well.
That's exciting. I didn't know that. And I know a lot of people, especially ones that live out that way, have been very much excited about Veterans Park.
We've been talking about it for a long time. We've switched locations a couple times, and now we had a charge by our council to look at this, get this done. Several months ago, we went to the council and gave them really a design update on our conceptual design. And they looked at it, and we asked if we wanted to go ahead with the full design. knowing that we do have a budget in mind, and I think we're going to be really close on that. But what we'll do is take that back to council, hopefully in the next 5 or 6 months, and look at what it might look like to go ahead and start working on building that park.
It's exciting. And one thing about the skate park that I thought is cool is that the street department is helping with some of the construction of that. Will that be happening at new parks, or I like it when they can all come together?
Yeah, so they've shown so much they can do. Our public works team, have great workers who help us out all the time. But they did do all the grading and all the base layer for that, and so it's a new opportunity for us. They've got a lot of talents, but it's just a fun time to be in the city right now. We've got so many great people working at various levels who really want to work together. I think of the police we work with all the time. We've got a whole police crew that are just designated to parks. I think about public works. I think about fire. I think about all these departments that have expertise that help us provide these. I think about city TV and the communications department. We're all on the same team, and it's really just a fun time to present the whole city's brand. And I think Parks and Recreation, we play just a small part of that, but we are kind of the tapestry through the whole city when it comes to the park system.
Let's briefly talk about Outdoor Murfreesboro.
Yeah.
And again, if you're into that stuff, you know about it. If you're not into that stuff, you might not know, but they play a huge part in keeping our greenways clean and doing natural habitats and pollinator plots. I'm fascinated with what they do.
They do everything. And you don't have to be at a certain skill level. So we've got an outdoor recreation, adventure kind of wing of Outdoor Murfreesboro that teaches people how to hike, how to backpack, how to kayak. We have family kayak nights. We have kayak clubs. We have everything like that. Then we have another side that's more rooted in natural resources and making sure we transplant our natural plant life to as native as possible and educate as much as possible. They also do hundreds of greenway cleanups throughout the year. We have a volunteer coordinator who does a great job with that. So it's always something going on. And that part, athletics has always been really, a cornerstone in Parks and Recreation. But our outdoor Murfreesboro side has grown exponentially over the past 15 years, and that has so much to do with Rachel Singer and her passion for that and expertise in that area, and has grown a team that's really, transforming, a municipal Parks and Recreation and setting when it comes to outdoor awareness.
Yes, and I know that is very important, especially as our city grows like crazy and new houses, and they will come to your house, or not come to your house, but they will educate you on best plants to have in your yard and things like that, which I think is a fabulous resource that we have.
Yeah, and shows you where you can get outside, how you can enjoy nature in a unique way. And I think learning about our habitat, the local flora and fauna that are around us. I think that the Murphy Spring Boardwalk that just reopened fully for the first time in a long time. It's a very popular place to go see wildlife. I know I've taken my kids there, and it's just something really awesome.
You can see everything there. It's so cool. A coworker of mine loves to go out there and take pictures, and he has these fabulous pictures, and it's just right there off of Broad Street.
Yeah. Birds, otters, beavers, everything you can think of. So.
The otters and possums and all kinds of stuff.
Raccoons,
so if you want to see some wildlife, go out there. We have it all.
Everything.
Even cute otters. Okay, well, we're going to wrap this up. But Nate, is there anything else that you want to say about parks or to let the community know? We appreciate everything that you and your staff do.
Well, thank you. I just encourage everybody, if you're looking for something to do, go to murfreesboroparks.com. And I'm just really looking forward to this podcast as you meet more of my coworkers and the people that we get to put, what Murfreesboro Parks and Recreation is, how we do that, what their specialty is, their passion area. I can't wait for you to hear more of their stories.
I can't wait either. Thank you so much. And thank you for watching. Thank you for watching us on Murfreesboro City TV, Facebook, and YouTube. And for those of you who are listening, thank you for the download on all of our podcasts where our podcast is available. So make sure to check us out next time for Talkin Parks. I'm Michael Linn White.